Good evening, everyone. I wanted to share some new lyrics that I have written for the very old song that I learned in Mexico called La Llorona. And it goes like this. I'll explain afterwards. Salías del templo un día, Llorona, y a tus pies yo vine a confesarme de un crimen oscuro y pesado, Llorona, tan común y imperdonable. They tell the children to fear me, Llorona, that my story has no threat. No one cares to believe me, Llorona, they pray for me instead. Siento tu espíritu en los árboles, Llorona, al pasar el río Shenandoah. Este puente lleva una historia, Llorona, un caparazón que ha sido olvidado. Spirit weaves through the trees, Llorona, as I pass on the Shenandoah River. This bridge, it holds a story, Llorona, I know, and yours helps make mine clearer. Rabbit crosses borders naively, Llorona, some say, that makes her fair prey to the vultures that lurk and hoover, Llorona, and snatch her pure spirit away. La conejita cruzando fronteras, Llorona, escondiendo ingenuamente cuando un buitre descendió, Llorona, y la llevó por ser tan inocente. Ay de mí, Llorona, 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 tu tristeza es mía. Y antes de escuchar tu historia, Llorona, yo era un fantasma fría. Desde ese día eres tú, Llorona, que me da tanta fuerza. Desde ese día eres tú, Llorona, mi reina, mi santa, mi iglesia. Okay, so La Llorona, this is the way I heard the story, is that La Llorona was actually a beautiful woman not wealthy, that came from a small village. And there are many who thought that she was beautiful and would have loved to have married her. And there was a wealthy man who came through town and wanted to win her heart, and so asked for her hand in marriage, and she accepted. And after winning her over and bearing children with her, he began to ignore her, and then began to not come around so much anymore, and then left her to raise her children by herself. And then one day when she saw him in town with a younger woman, he acknowledged his children but would not acknowledge her. And out of fury and anger and sadness, she drowned her children in the river, and before she realized what she was doing, they had already gone down the river and she couldn't find them. And out of sadness, she threw herself into the river and killed herself. I think about this story, and so the lyrics for this that I wrote for this are coming from my story and so many women's stories, and also a story. The last several verses are coming from a story that I heard recently about an immigrant woman who was getting ready to cross the border and thought she was going to make it, and then was raped by someone, and not only raped but then also pregnant, and having to bear a child by this person who raped her. And I just thought to myself, how many women live with secrets of abuse and rape and so much more, whether emotionally or physically being abused. And so anyway, I thought about the story La Llorona, and I thought about how oftentimes when women come forward and we tell our stories of our experiences, we're oftentimes questioned, and questioned to the point that it makes us feel insecure, it makes us feel angry, it makes us feel worthless. And so as I wrote this, I thought to myself how La Llorona is a song that I believe has been around since like the late 1400s, in Mexico at least, that I know of. And how, like, she's more like one of those women who this is her story, and this story has been shared for hundreds of years. And I thought to myself, like, knowing her story and the fact that she lives in this legend and oftentimes is used as a ghost to scare children into not staying out too late, or into listening to their parents, or you know, is used as someone to be scared of, basically. And I thought to myself, knowing this woman's story and hearing this story and knowing my own story of being mistreated when I was younger, or raped when I was younger, in my early 20s, I thought to myself, you know what? I want to share a different version of La Llorona, one that honors her spirit and honors her grief and her anger, and that anger that she carried and her spirit carries is fuel for our strength as women as we come out with our stories. So that's where these lyrics came from. I'm gonna share them in the newsfeed, and I'd love to hear your feedback, but be kind. Good night, everybody.